Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dark Souls. Well, you all voted and we're going to the Asylum. The Joyce, back to the Asylum. It's kind of considered a secret area because not many people might think to go this way. And oh, before I do anything, yes, I have been corrected that in a recent patch, you can have 25 faith in order to join the Warriors of Sunlight, but it does get diminished every time you complete a cooperative boss. And the dude that closes the gate no longer spawns. I missed that in the patch. Do apologize. Alright, but as you can see, right now, we have our Claymore equipped in a one hand. Not bad, not bad. Actually, let's go and set up a little. Now that I think about it, let's get some gold pine resin going. And you can see we have a +4 to our Claymore. I forgot to get that on tape, but this is what it would look like.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Asylum. If you require smithing, then speak to me. Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh? I'll be seeing you then. Be careful out there.
Alrighty. And also, while I was grinding to get some plus to our Claymore, I've also found, one of the best dex build items ever. The Balder Side Sword. This thing, as its secondary attack, has a thrusting attack as well as slashing attack. I mean, having both a slashing and thrusting attack is very, very beneficial. Because outside of elemental weaknesses, a lot of enemies have weaknesses to a type of attack, which would be slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning, though it's generally considered blunt, but it's really bludgeoning. Now then, we got that key, so we can get another key item for us. And this is also another part why not very many people may know of this. Well, I mean, it's been a couple of years, so I'm sure everybody knows of it now. But we gotta go and curl up like a ball and do our very best egg impersonation. And this takes a while. And I do mean a while. That's actually one thing I never actually noticed, that you can't actually switch weapons while you're doing this. And the giant crow brings us back to the Undead Asylum. Alright, I want to show off the side sword, but as of right now, I'm going to go and use the Claymore because we have some dredgelings with torches, which is probably the worst dredgelings to have because, well, hopefully we can have them show it off shortly. They do a specific attack, which is really hard to parry. Not that one, by the way. They just generally go completely crazy with that. Might as well come up close to them. Oh, they're deciding to be relatively easy. Not that I'm complaining. But as you can see, like, they're taking a lot of damage, even from a +4 Claymore. But we do have the Drake Sword, and I want to show off why we're not using it, because it is such a major crutch. One shot, one kill. It's not always like that, but for the vast majority of enemies in the early game, it is. Yeah, why not? Let's go rest at the bonfire. It's gonna spawn the dredgelings back, but resting at that bonfire is not a bad idea, because if we get oh, hey. It's our little friend. Yeah, if we have to die, we have to go through all that fun stuff, and I'd rather not. Oh yeah, he can kick us. It does nothing outside of stagger us. Flopping around. Yeah, but, you know, riposting with the Drake Sword deals about 400 damage. And that Crest Shield is the reason why we haven't killed them in the very beginning. Is because, well, it's just like the Dragon Crest Shield, but with magic resistance over the, well, fire resistance. And let me show off the side sword a bit. We haven't upgraded it, which is my bad. Yeah, they still want to do that same trap. Side sword, if you're going for a dex build, it's almost always the thing that you want to go and farm for. I was lucky to get it maybe off the second Balder Knight when I was just getting souls ready. I'm debating actually whether or not to go with it now because I have it. Let's go get our Claymore going, and there we go. As you can see, the dredgelings are also giving us way more souls than what they previously did. And actually, this is pretty much the main reason why we came here. The Rusted Iron Ring. What it does is improves balance on poor footing, which means basically if we're trudging through water, we will not be slowed down or anything like that at all. It would just be like a normal romp in here. Let's go this way. Give a quick look back. See our best friend here. Yeah, the Claymore doesn't deal nearly as much damage on riposte, but that's okay. And every time you backstab or riposte, you do lose lock on your target. So that's why you always see me relocking the camera on them. Alright, give us something good like your shield, not your sword. Red Titanite chunk. That's good. I mean, it's not great, but it's good. Alright, there's one more place we need to visit. We need to go back. Back to where we've been imprisoned. That's a new feature they added with Dark Souls to Demon Souls. In Demon Souls you had to slowly walk down the ladder. Now there's a quick slide feature. And why are all these black knights here? I'm actually surprised that that went off without a hitch. That one didn't, though. That was my own hubris. I deserve that. Again, don't be fancy. It's better to be safe than to be fancy. But we're gonna make him pay for that because, I mean, seriously, he did that to us. That's ungentlemanly. Being human form here doesn't really matter much, considering. I'm pretty sure we can't actually get invaded here. Again, stop. I really gotta stop being fancy, but being fancy's kind of in my blood. Now you better give us something for our hassle. Titanite chunk. Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers, really. And we have a peculiar doll. This guy wasn't here. I mean, it was a dead body that was thrown down here. I mean, if he was readjusted up to the wall, then... Who put the doll there, anyway? Alright, well, I mean, we're officially done. I do like that touch of that guy down there, though. I mean, it's very cool that they put him there as sort of set dressing, but kind of a waste of programming, in all honesty. Alright, well now then, since we're all done, we're gonna go rest up at this bonfire, and we're gonna go make some progress. Elsewhere. Okay, well, that's very much a blatant lie. We're not done. There's something I'm gonna do, which is to equip the Drake Sword. The only reason why I'm doing this is it doesn't do any damage to this boss, but none of my other stuff will either. So this is gonna be the fastest attacking thing we have, and between the Claymore and the Drake Sword, it's just about like maybe piddless damage, so it's not really cheesing the game. it's more, well, might as well get it done. Yep, immediately you take damage because fuck you is basically what Dark Souls is saying. Alrighty. Now then, as you can see, that is the main difference between this demon and the Asylum demon. Everybody hates the Stray demon, not because he's so much hard as he is completely random. And by that I mean he's random to the point where he could be either really easy to fight or really hard to fight. Like when you land down, he could almost immediately hit you. It's ridiculous. Also, that shockwave has a way bigger range than you may think, and it also lasts longer than what it shows. This may take a while, so I may very well just speed up this whole fight. Alright! Got the Titanite slab going. That'll be very useful for later on. Much, much later on. We don't even have the ability to actually use the Titanite slab. But that's okay. Alright, I mean, we're pretty much set to go. Oh, here, for those that want to know why I'm not a big fan of the halberd, or pole arms in general, I'll give you a quick demonstration. Yeah, I mean, you have to hit something. There's a very long recovery rate. It's even worse two-handed. Though that's pretty awesome. And so is that. But again, you almost always have to hit something in order to make it worthwhile. It does deal a decent amount of damage, I'm not gonna lie, it's just... It never was indicative to my playstyle. Now we have the Asylum officially cleared. Let's go back to my claymore for a while. Let's pretend to be an egg. Now, before I go, there is one thing I want to point out, and I've never actually done this myself because I would prefer not to. Let's see if we're close enough to him. Not yet. Not quite yet. Let's go up here. Yeah, the raven, or the crow, is targetable. Meaning, you could kill him. Though... I've never done it, and I really don't ever want to. He's too much of a cool guy. I don't want to end his life. But here we are, back at the bonfire. Oh, and hey, we have somebody just chilling down there with us. You know, that's part of the ghosting system of the game. You know, as long as you're online, you can see ghosts of some people around you. Alrighty, well, I mean, we're gonna go and reverse our hollowing. But before I do, I want to thank you all for joining me for yet again another action-packed episode of Dark Souls.